and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make this sofa or the couch tissue box cover. You can make use of any yarn of your choice. For this demonstration, I'm going to use my 3mm crochet hook and this poly cotton on double pull. You'll be needing also your stitch markers and your yarn needle and your scissors. So let's get started with the lesson. For this demonstration, I have made 15 chains, and since I am doing a half double crochet stitch, I will add 2 more chains which will serve as my turning chain. So once you have done your number of chains plus your turning chain, as I've said, I'm going to use half double crochet, so I added 2 more. So I will make my first half double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. And continue doing your half double crochet until you reach your last chain. Your first row, you can try it again on your tissue box and see if it's perfect for the size. Mine is just perfect. So I will just chain 1 and turn my work. My chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so I will make my first half double crochet on the first chain. But on the 2nd chain, I will make my half double crochet on the back loop only. Half double crochet on the back loop only. Until you reach your second to the last chain. What I do for the first and the last chain, I am taking both loops, but for the rest of the chain, back loop only. So take both loops on that last chain. Make sure you don't miss that last chain, otherwise it will not be straight. So chain 1 and turn. Remember, our turning chain doesn't count as a stitch. Your repeat. Chain 1 and turn. Make your first half double crochet, taking both loops on the first chain and on your last chain, but the remaining chains will be back loop only. So that will be your repeat until you reach the length for this whole box. So this is what I did. I made a total of 96 rows for this one, and I just slip stitch and join. Before joining them, make sure it fits your box. Now we're going to make the top. The same thing what we did for your sides, you're going to do it for your top. So make a number of chains and try it on the top if it fits on the length of your tissue box. I made a certain number of rows until the opening, and when I reach the opening, I just stop where the opening is and make the number of chains until I reach the other opening and cut my yarn. and then I start again from this end until I reach the other end, and I cut my yarn. To attach my yarn on the other end and start doing my half double crochet until this end. So now we have the opening and we have full top on both sides. So now what we need to do is attach this one. You will be needing your stitch markers to attach this side, the top one for the sides when you're going to. So we want to make sure that we are attaching the correct sides. So my stitch markers are still attached, and I gently remove it from the box. And now I'm going to flip this one just like so, so that my edge will be here. Your slip knot, attach it to your hook, and we're going to start where the edge is, where the other end is. This is the other corner. The other way to attach this one is you can also use your yarn needle and sew them. So I will just make a slip stitch on every chain. I know it's quite hard, but both are having half double crochets, so both are having the same stitches. Don't pull it so tight. So now we have attached our first side. So now we're going to attach this corner, making use of our stitch markers again. Then you can remove from your box, and you can continue attaching both sides. When you reach the corner, make 2 single crochet. on the same chain. You can try it on as you go along. If you don't want an edgy corner, then you can just make one single crochet. If you want to make it more rounder, then you can make it 3 single crochet on that corner. So just continue putting on your stitch markers so that make sure that your stitches are even and your sides are even as well. And continue doing your single crochet attaching both sides. So now we have attached all our sides, and since we're going to make this as a couch, we have to make our armrest and also for our headrest for the back. For the armrest, I made 23 chains, so that is 21 chains plus my turning chain 2. So that is 21 chains plus my 2 turning chains. And the same thing, I made a half double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. So I made a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. And you're going to attach it. What I did is to sew it using my yarn needle, and as well you're going to sew the sides. The length for your armrest will depend as well on your box, because you're going to put this one here on the side. So you're going to make 2 for both sides. So for me, I made only 9 rows, so I will just attach this one, taking the outer loops. Take the outer loops of both sides. Insert your yarn needle on both outer loops. And once you reach this end, you will continue sewing this end, because eventually we're going to sew all ends, but before we do this side, we're going to put our wadding inside. So now, before we close this other end, we are going to add in our fillers. Now it looks good. We can now close this other end. So this will be the armrest for your couch, and then the other one will be here. So I added 2 rows of single crochet at the bottom, just for the border. And now take all your cushions and just put it on top of your box before finally sewing them together. You can sew the ends for the arm and the headrest. Just make sure it fits on all sides before you finalize anything. Then once it is finalized, you're okay with that, and then you can start sewing together all your cushions. So now you have finalized, and then you can just take your yarn needle and sew your armrest together along with your headrest. still see my border, and I just sew it there, the stitch after the border. I just added these little cushions. And a small blanket. This is just for decoration. So thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoy. Stay safe everyone, and God bless.